Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Droid Live Show today, episode 235. It is Friday, June 12th. I'm your host, Kellen. With me, Tim Zach.
Hey guys, how's it going? Back again. How you doing?
For those watching live, apologies for the delay there. Little issue, wouldn't be a DL show if we weren't having some sort of little thing. So anyway, welcome back. We've had a week break, but this week we've got some stuff to talk about. Android 11 in beta now available. You remember there was supposed to be an Android 11 beta show last week. That was canceled for obvious reasons. And so it was released this week, sort of with a little fanfare. They kind of just pushed it out, let everyone dive in, posted a bunch of videos, that sort of thing. So it's there. So we'll talk about what's new there. We got Pixel Buds news. There are some issues that Google's finally acknowledged, and they're pushing out some updates to fix some things that people have been complaining about. Samsung Unpacked. We believe the Galaxy Note 20 and a whole bunch of other Samsung devices will arrive around August 5th. And then there's OnePlus rumors. OnePlus Z, their new mid-range phone, and then their own true wireless earbuds, which I think we've kind of known about for a while, but now we think they're pretty close. And then finally, I just kind of want to talk about Google Play Music, YouTube Music again. I think more people have been able to make that transfer from Google Play to YouTube Music. So we'll just talk a little bit about that. I know Tim and I have both been able to go through that process, share some thoughts there, whether or not we're using it. I don't think we are, but we'll get there. We'll end the show then with trivia. As always, trivia always back.
Always.
If you're new around here, we do 5 questions at the end of every show, trivia questions, and let you answer those questions and win prizes. This week, we have a bunch of Motorola charging products. So with the release of the Edge Plus, they pushed out a whole new series of chargers. So these are like OEM level chargers, which typically are a little bit better quality than maybe some third-party ones. So we have their Turbo Power 36 car charger. This is their Turbo Power 15-watt wireless charging pad, because the Edge Plus has wireless charging, but it's Qi, so it'll work with basically any phone that has wireless charging. This is their 45-watt Turbo Power brick. There's not really much to show you. It's just a giant fast charging brick that'll work on just about any phone. And here's a little 5,000 milliamp hour Turbo Power pack with fast charging and all that stuff. So we've got these, and I know they're all Motorola branded, but these are accessories that work with just about any Android phone. Quick charge, all of that stuff. So we'll have those. And since there's only 4 of those, the 5th person will just get $10 of Google Play credit, which we've done in the past. So yeah, free Motorola goods, some Google Play credit at the end of the show. That's trivia. That'll happen after we do all the topics. Again, for those new around here. Yeah. Shall we dive in? Actually, we have a couple of donos. So in the other stream that was broken, that didn't work, that we started and actually ran through an entire intro that no one was actually watching. Charles, aka PC747, dropped $10, said he was going to miss the show. He was on a flight or something like that. So shout out to Charles. Sorry, we've switched on you. No one saw your dono. Want to make sure everyone knows about it here. And then we just got €2. Those are euros, right? From Martin Blankenstein.
Yeah, see, with a couple lines through it, euros.
Is that a euro?
Yep.
Okay, I was just gonna say. I was like, I'm not wrong there. Appreciate the
you're
dono,
not
Martin. So let's start with Android 11 beta. So again, Android 11 beta was going to come out last week. It now came out this week. And so if you have a Pixel 2 and up, so 2 XL, 3 XL, 3A, 4, all that stuff, you can run Android 11 beta. Tim and I both have it up on these matching Pixel 4 XLs. And the beta is, it's a beta. So it's definitely got its share of issues. But this is the first time where Google's really pushing kind of what's new in terms of features. Whereas a lot of the developer previews, which we had 4 of, they talk about a lot of the back end stuff, developers getting apps ready, things like that. Just the way maybe behaviors and stuff have changed, API talk, all that really fun stuff. Whereas with the betas, when they start kind of opening up to what the forward facing features are that you might see. So with this one, they're talking about bubbles, which we know about from Android Q last year's, where they first introduced them and then pushed them now to Android 11. It's basically chat head style messaging, but should be available to all messaging apps once they update to those. So they're talking about bubbles now. Suggestions in Gboard, which I'm not sure are actually live yet. The power button now has an actual new UI where not only do you have the card carousel, which we got an Android 10, it now has a section at the bottom for smart home controls. So you can control lights, thermostats, cameras, all of that stuff just by long pressing on your power menu. See if I can actually show anyone. So this whole section down here, it's actually really
What?
handy. Yeah,
How'd you
pretty
do?
handy. Been using it quite a bit to just turn off like kitchen lights or something like that. I even just fired it up to change the thermostat. So that's actually one of the bigger features that you can do right now. They're changing the way media controls work a little bit. They're actually going to put media controls instead of as a notification. They're going to toss it up into the quick settings panel. Not necessarily live yet. You can force this toggle on. I don't know if I love this or not, but it's something we'll have to get used to. It's certainly a big change for the UI. And those are kind of the big new things. They're sectioning off notifications weirdly now. Like there's a conversation section, and then there's this weirdly weird thing called alerting notifications and then silent notifications, I think. Google's very weird with wording sometimes.
Well, just the whole
Um,
notification thing in general. One of the more confused. Having not been on a Pixel device for a couple of months, like it's the most confusing thing to dive back into. Like, when a notification comes in, just tell me about it. Like, it doesn't have to be rocket science. I don't need a degree in
I
notifications.
I thought notifications had gotten to a point, particularly in Android 10, where they were just really good.
Mm,
Now they're not like the worst thing, but they're really grouped off and sectioned off into different things. And there's these big gaps in between those groups. It's actually not a very pretty site to dive into your notification area now. I know they
correct.
can tighten these things up, they can fix these things. This is just a beta one, but I still feel like they're letting people use the beta so that we can complain about stuff. So I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna move on, but whatever you were gonna say.
Oh, no. I mean, it is, it's definitely a beta. And my only concern is that we know from past experience that when Google releases the first public beta, things don't tend to change all too
Too much.
drastically. So things that we're seeing now will likely still be there, like those big transparent gaps between notifications and the pull down and things like that. And I'm not a huge fan of just certain things. And obviously, like the bubbles thing is really just kind of pissing me off.
Yeah.
Because I,
I
I
want to
want to
use
use
bubbles.
I want to use bubbles, but I don't want to have to be a developer and enable flags in these apps, and I don't want to use Facebook Messenger just to try the bubbles. Like I want it in what's up, cat? I want to
He's
try
trying to get away.
bubbles in Hangouts, although that will never see support and all this other stuff. Like,
Never.
eh, it's all right. It's definitely a beta. People were asking, "Hey, should I flash the beta?" Eh, eh.
I don't really know if people should. You kind of wrote a post about this that said like, "Hey, look, the
Yeah.
beta. Should you use it? Is it stable enough?" And I think I've had more issues than you have, but I wouldn't. I mean, the developer previews were pretty rough in general. This beta still feels a little rough. I mean, well, first of all, like you said, a lot of the stuff doesn't work and it's not currently there. But the other thing is like I've had a couple of weird reboots. Like I
Mm,
put up this Android 11 image on this Pixel 4 so I could take some pictures like that we could use on the site. And in rotating that image to landscape, it like froze the phone and rebooted it on its own, which I haven't seen happen on a phone in I don't know, 7 years. I'm not really sure. So that wasn't great. I've had to reboot it another time because I had a screen, like a Chrome screen, just stick on there and not disappear. So I had to reboot. Then, like, I've had to reboot a couple of times.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't. And oh, Google Pay doesn't work.
Android Auto
Android
apparently doesn't
Auto.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently Android. Not that I'm driving anywhere right now, but if you're driving, yeah, Android Auto doesn't work. So it's a beta one. Uh, it
It's just
it
a
should
beta.
probably wait unless you really really love it and it's just like your thing is to test janky software. Sure, but otherwise,
But like times have changed so much, right? When Google would release these things, like the first dev preview, everyone who owned a Pixel and their grandma would flash these things, and I was like, stay away, dude. These things are janky, and they like this is a beta. I feel as if a public beta, you shouldn't need to be a developer or like if you want to really test these things kind of early on, but they work, they're stable enough. Like this should be stable for a public beta. I understand if it's not, like I get that it's not. That's totally fine. I'm just saying like as a public beta and Google making it so people can just enroll their phone and receive an OTA update, I would hope that some of the things were working and it's not so bare bones, I want to say. So, but, and again, that's my concern because this is a public beta and I know not a ton is going to change. So I don't want to come out and say Android 11 sucks and it's really boring because I feel like I've been saying that for the past like 5 iterations of Android, but like, damn, dude, I was really just hoping for something different. But that's okay.
But it's so perfectly Google, right? This is how Google operates. They tell you about stuff and then you go, cool, let me play with the new thing you just told me about. And then at the bottom of wherever they announce it, it says the slow rollout will happen over the coming weeks. And you just go, why the hell did you even tell me about it if I can't even use it? And then it eventually shows up to this person and they might have it and you don't, and everyone's doing different things and using different software. It's probably my least favorite thing about Google in terms of like Android is and I've talked about this before, is their adoption of the ultra slow rollout of everything. Because number one, we never all get to enjoy stuff together at the same time, right? Because a lot of stuff is server side switches. You have to go find a damn APK from some other place, not the Google Play Store. I mean, like the whole thing about it is so frustrating. But like with this Android 11 beta, we just rattled off how many features, and the one you can really use right now is the power menu thing. That's there. The other stuff, not really. Facebook Messenger beta has chat heads, but I have it and you don't, and you're also in the beta, so not everyone gets it there. Google said that bubbles will be here for Google Messages soon. The beta will start getting it next week. Stable will get it a little bit after that. I mean, it's just like, this is how Google does everything. It's just very frustrating when they tell you something and then you go, well, I don't have that. And then you go, well, when can I get it? And they're like, well, it's just a slow thing. It's frustrating. Hate it. Ruined Android, I'm telling you. Just took the fun out of Android. Let's just say that. Google adopting the slow rollout took a lot of the fun out of Android. Remember there was a day where we used to have update Wednesdays. Wednesdays, they used to update 17 Google apps and we'd all get them at the exact same time. And we'd all look at them and go, what's new? And it was fun. And everyone in our comments and on the site, like everyone was doing the same thing. It was very community. Like, we've all got this. That's all gone now. They push it and like 2 dudes get it. Maybe someone uploads it to an APK site. Maybe someone takes it to Reddit and then everyone asks for the APK. It's so dumb and also not secure, but it's just dumb. Google should let us opt. This is like a totally different subject. And I think I've talked about this before too, but Google should let us opt into getting things first. Like there should be an opt-in in Gmail that says, I don't want to be a part of the slow rollout. I want it day one. I will take the risk that could break my phone in Gmail. Like you should be able to opt in to being first. Otherwise, Android's going to forever be boring and I hate it all. Anyway.
Preach it, man. Preach it. I just want to quickly clarify statements I just made, just so anyone doesn't get it twisted, regarding Android 11 being boring. Boring in a sense that Samsung has had some of the features that Google is introducing in Android 11 for quite some time now, where you've been able to implement bubbles as they were for different conversation apps on a Galaxy device for quite some time. And it works on Hangouts too. When a Hangouts comes in, boom, little bubble pops up. And so things like that have been around. So in a sense, Android 11 is sort of boring where it's like, okay, I've seen this stuff before, but at least now it's native to Android and maybe it will be better implemented on additional devices, etc. And it won't be Samsung exclusive, which is always good. But yeah, Google's been playing catch up with features for Android, I feel like, for like a little while. They do good stuff, great integration with Google Assistant, etc., that you won't see on other devices. But still, like, it would just be nice to see more. But yeah.
Yeah.
To clarify,
we're at this very mature stage in Android, and that's fine. I'm glad that it's mature and not buggy. And like I said, I haven't had the flip to landscape force reboot in several years. Couldn't even remember the last time. So those things are good.
Mm,
But yeah, the big feature that I think I love so far is the power menu thing.
yeah,
But
that's huge.
not everyone has a smart home either, so it doesn't matter to a lot of people. But
Well, that's their
Bubbles, I mean,
problem.
Bubbles has been here. Like Chat Heads, when did Chat Heads get here? Was it 2011, 10? I mean,
Oh
it's
boy,
been
I don't
around.
know. I remember the Facebook. Does anyone shout out to the Facebook phone? I was down in God, where was I? Menlo Park or wherever,
That's
down in
right. I
San
forgot you went
Francisco.
to that thing.
I went to Facebook's event for the Facebook phone. Got to see Mark Zuckerberg. Uh, Interesting dude, to say the least. I feel like this is around the social network time too. So he was like, freaking
Might have
rock
been.
star status possibly. Um, yeah, so good times, Facebook phone. So we've had chat heads for a long time, and then they were like, oh hey, let's make our own launcher and all this. So this is
I
a
forgot about
terrible,
that.
terrible launcher. Why
Absolutely.
think about that launcher now in 2020 with fake news as it is, and like your mom posting political things that you really just don't care about. Like that would be the worst launcher. That's my nightmare. Like having to see that
Imagine the
crap on
relaunch.
Facebook every time you like look at your phone, dude. Oh, just
Yeah,
oh
just
man,
delete Facebook anyway.
brutal.
Anyways, sort of back on topic. There's other devices that are going to get it, not Facebook's phone. But we should see several phones grab Android 11 betas, just like we've seen for, I don't know, at least 3 years, I think now. Like the OnePlus 8, OnePlus 8 Pro already have a beta available. You could flash it, although we're talking developer preview level beta, even probably more so than Google's version. So OnePlus released them for both phones, but there's warnings everywhere. Like in their description, they put proceed at your own risk in all caps and bold. There's a list of known issues, like Google Assistant doesn't work. Um, they have a caution exclamation mark section where they warn that this could brick your phone. I mean, it's pretty much saying do not do this. So if you really care, you could put this on your OnePlus 8, OnePlus 8 Pro. I would certainly not advise doing so. It's a simple process. That's one thing I love about OnePlus phones is updating them to beta software and whatever. They just give you the file and they're like, drop this on your phone and flash it. It's great. But this one probably wouldn't do that.
Mm.
Do you think the Essential phone's gonna get it? I'm just kidding.
I
Remember
see
when the
what
Essential phone was getting every monthly update and like that's all
before
done.
Pixels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all done now. We haven't. I think since they announced the shutdown, I don't think they've had a monthly update, have they? They basically just cut it off at that point.
Well, they're gone. I don't think they have employees anymore. Like their
No.
employees were selling off prototype hardware to
Right.
like make ends meet during a pandemic. So I think Essential's gone.
I
Bye.
just kind of miss those days where Google would post it and then there was an Essential tweet just ready to go right when Google was ready, and those are just no more, Tim. They're no more.
Nope, they're gone. I mean, the phone wasn't all that good anyway. So
No, it wasn't. All right, so yeah, Android 11 beta. This is the first one. We'll probably get I haven't looked at the schedule in a while, to be honest, but we'll probably get at least 2 more before it goes stable. Knowing that everything's kind of been pushed because of pandemic, I don't know if it'll release in August, where we certainly have had it the last couple of years. It could be a delay. Yeah, so we'll kind of have to keep you updated there. Like we got an extra developer preview already that we weren't supposed to. Now we're finally into beta, so we'll let you know as that sort of rolls out. Anything else there? Android 11 beta related that I'm missing?
no. We got some OGs in the chat, man. Loving it. We got Dave Cover. We got
Go
Scott in the
Dev,
chat. We got Ben
Scott,
Jacobs. We got a whole
go
bunch of
Dev.
OGs, man. Julian, Rick. Man, shout out to everyone in the chat. You guys just I love it.
Yeah, it's good to see
Good to see all you
old
people.
heads.
And Dave Cover, especially, man. How you doing? He recently had a birthday. Shout out to Dave Cover and his birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, Dave.
Nice. What
All
are
right,
you now?
let's yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Let's talk Pixel Buds for just a second. So Pixel Buds Pixel Buds are kind of a weird device. I have them. Obviously, I'm wearing them right now. I like my Pixel Buds. They fit nice. They sound nice. Battery life is fine for what I use it for. I haven't had a lot of issues. Like there's supposed to be this issue with this hissing noise that you can this sort of static noise. I haven't noticed that. I could be deaf. I'm not really sure. I haven't noticed that. And then there's this other issue that everyone's having with lots of cutouts, like where it just constantly drops the connection, possibly when they have their phone in their pocket and they're walking around outside. If you cover your ear, turn your head, you can get cutouts, things like that. I didn't necessarily experience that, so I always feel weird talking about this. I was able to reproduce some of the issues by like forcing that. Either way, Google has finally acknowledged, because if you go to their Pixel Buds community support forum area, there are some threads. I mean, people are not having a good time with Pixel Buds. While again, I've been fortunate, I think, or maybe I just use mine differently than most people. Like my phone is usually right here sitting next to me as I use them at my desk or whatever. But a lot of people are not loving the Pixel Buds. So they're gonna fix some stuff. They've acknowledged they've acknowledged that yes, there are audio cutouts, Bluetooth connection issues, the hissing noise, all of that stuff, and they have multiple updates planned. So this week they already pushed out version 296 of the software, which should address the hissing static noise thing. And then in the coming weeks, again, my favorite thing from Google, in the coming weeks, they're going to push out another update to deal with phone call cutouts, improved auto recovery when one or both loses connection, because that apparently happens to everyone too. Improved media playback stability for phones that have software audio encoding. I mean, they've really sort of acknowledged this stuff, which they don't often do. I got a survey earlier in the week about them as a Pixel Buds owner that asked me a whole bunch. I mean, we're talking a lengthy survey that took me, I don't know, 15 minutes. I'm surprised I actually walked through it. Just happened to be relevant to what we do for a living. There was a whole section though on, have you experienced the following problems? And it's a list of 25 issues. I mean, it's things like the volume isn't. Yeah, it's a list. It's like the volume doesn't get loud enough. I hear a static hiss noise. Audio quality is not as good. Trouble hearing others or hearing me when in a call, video chat. Audio is glitchy, has cutouts. Like the list is very specific to things people have been complaining about. So Google's aware. Hopefully they fix this stuff soon. I'm not sure with this new 296 update if it fixed the hiss. I couldn't tell you because again, I didn't notice it before. I'll have to let other people weigh in on that. But
You know what product doesn't have all those issues? The Galaxy Buds. Yeah. And I am so happy I did not go and hype beast up these Pixel Buds, and I'm doing just fine. Thank you very much, man.
Yeah, they're $180 buds.
With tons of problems.
$180 buds with that many problems?
Nah. I don't think so.
It sucks. Like I said, I really like them, but because they just fit a little bit better than Galaxy Buds, which I also like. But yeah, it's hard for me to be like, yeah, you should totally go buy these Pixel Buds because they're great. Yeah.
I even got some happy plugs, $99 happy plugs for your ears. And yeah, they don't have those problems either. I've been testing those out, and they don't sound as good, obviously, as Galaxy Buds. You know, like they're definitely like a little hollow, but they definitely don't have hissing, disconnects, all this crap. No, but like, who needs that? Come on.
The only time I really like the Assistant is if you really are like, you really don't want to stop what you're doing and pull out your phone. Like for example, if you go for a run and you're out and you don't want to get your phone out, you can listen to notifications. I use it then, but otherwise I know what you mean.
Todd says, yeah, but does your Galaxy Buds case feel like an egg? Like, no, but like, I'm also not that guy who's like sitting there twiddling with the case, man. Like, I get that it's probably cool, but I have a fidget spinner for that. Like, I don't need to, sure. You know, we have dedicated things for that.
Even my child grabs this just so he could do this.
I'm sure it's lovely.
Walks in and grabs it and just flips it open a few times. He loves doing
So what I'm waiting for is, so when the Pixel 5 comes or whatever device comes, I assume maybe we'll get some type of discount, maybe, $50 towards the purchase of Pixel Buds. Then I'll pick them up, and hopefully by then in Q3 or later this year, a lot of these issues that the Pixel Buds have will just be fixed, and I won't have to deal with it. So that's what I'm waiting for, because they look dope, and I hear they feel good. I like it when they feel good in my ears. So yeah,
we're just waiting for some other colors and for Google to iron all these bugs out.
We had a couple donos I wanted to not miss. Sergey says, "Hey, you guys with the peace sign. What's up, man? $2 Canadian. Thank you so much, Sergey. What's up? Welcome." And then we also had just come in $5 from Melinda Helms. Happy Friday, guys. Great to see y'all again. Hey, great to see y'all too. Thank you so much, Melinda.
Thank you for the dono.
How you been?
Sergey as well.
Happy Friday.
So yeah, I'm not going to tell anyone at this point to run out and buy Google Pixel Buds just yet. We'll wait till some of these updates roll out and hopefully fix everything. It wouldn't be a Google hardware launch if it didn't have all sorts of quality control issues and
if it wasn't a total failure.
And if we didn't all spend the first 7 weeks of the launch complaining about all of the issues.
Oh yeah, and the tech blogs being like, these things suck, blah blah blah. Yeah,
it's what we do best.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's switch gears to Samsung for a minute. So Samsung news, Galaxy Note 20 we know is coming. But we think there might be a whole bunch of other stuff too at this point. So August 5th is currently the rumored targeted date for a big online event a big online Unpacked event where they will announce everything. What's funny is I've seen some suggestions that they were looking to do this in person, but they've decided you should not do a giant event with 10,000 people in person.
Where are you going to host it? I mean, like, no place is allowing something like that, especially where you would typically, like California, New York. You just can't do it.
Just absolutely ridiculous. So no, they're not going to do an in-person. It's going to be online. It was probably going to be online for the last 6 months, which it should have been. So anyway, we'll try to rant
so progressive,
too much on
Samsung. Thank you, Samsung, for saving us all.
Jesus. But what we expect them to show is the Note 20 lineup. Have we settled on names there? Is it Note 20? Is it Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra or Note 20 and Note 20 Plus? Do we know yet for sure? Samsung Beat is not my favorite, by the way, because they have 17,000 devices and the names change constantly. But
I think we're sticking with Galaxy Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra.
Okay, perfect. So the Note 20 lineup, Galaxy Fold 2, which I'm telling you right now is going to be the phone I will buy and play with forever and caress and love, and it will be the phone of the year. Haven't touched it yet. Galaxy Fold 2 phone of the year, saying that already. We could get a 5G version of the Z Flip. We'll probably get a Galaxy Tab S7 and an S7 Plus. I don't know why we need two versions of the tablet. And then we'll get a new Galaxy Watch, which we're calling Galaxy Watch 3, which is dumb because there was never a Galaxy Watch 2. But that's a lot. That's 1, 2, 3.
It's like 7.
Four phones, 2 tablets, and a watch.
Yeah.
$7.
Could not think of a better time to release the Galaxy Fold 2, the ultimate couch potato device. I mean, that thing is going to be like the right-hand man for this pandemic, I think. It's going to be amazing. At least for you and I. We're in a county, right, that has not opened back up and probably won't open up for the foreseeable future. Thanks to a bunch of jerks. But yeah.
Yeah, the Fold, because the regular Galaxy Fold I've missed since I had to get rid of the thing, right? And then we went into this pandemic where we were locked in our houses, and I wanted it more than ever and kept saying, don't buy it. Don't buy the original again. It's 2000. It's fragile and sucks. Wait for the new one. And we're almost here. I cannot wait because they'll improve it. Hopefully we won't have that big, dumb, swoopy notch thing. We thought we were getting S Pen support, but the latest rumor is no S Pen support. That
Eh,
sucks. Also, whatever. I don't ever like whenever I get a note, I always want to use the S Pen. We talk about this a lot.
we
I
don't
want to use
though.
the S Pen and I never know what to use it for.
Yeah.
Um, my wife has a Note 10 and she uses it for remote pictures. Like that's all she uses it for. I think
Wow.
she forgets that it's there
Mm.
any other time unless she needs to take a picture for work and steps away from her phone and then takes a picture. Okay.
I just never even like the idea of writing notes and having them like turn into text or whatever. Like, why not just type the text? Like,
I don't
I've
know.
just
Have
never
you
quite
tried
understood.
writing in a while? Like if I put my hand in this position holding a pen
It
and write
cramps
my
in 30
name,
seconds.
yeah, and write
Yeah.
my name, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm tired.
I
Just
go to
writing my
the
name.
post office to send out all your guys' prizes for trivia, and I have to write, my address and their address, and I have to. By the time I'm done doing 5 packages, my arm is like carpal tunneled out, like it's done. So
Someone said Tim a printer, please. Please someone
yeah,
buy
that'd be
Tim a printer.
helpful. Go fund me a printer. I don't believe in printers, man. Sorry.
Xavier says he colors on his note. That is one of those things during review periods I
Sure,
often do because they do have that
give it to
sweet
me.
coloring book thing where you can color and all right, I'm with you there. That is kind of fun. Anyway, 7 devices. That's a lot of
Yeah,
devices.
Jeff McKnight says signing docs for professionals seems cool. Yeah, I mean, like
It's
sure.
true.
Like if you're a professional who needs to sign docs, yeah, totally. I'm not important enough to need to sign docs, so it's like whatever.
But the
But
apps that
yeah,
you sign those things typically do the digital version where you just type your name. You don't have to actually sign, or
right.
a lot of times you can use your finger. Works pretty good.
Yeah, Ben Jacobs says printers are evil. Printer companies are the devil. Yeah, I had a Saber printer and that thing nearly caught fire and burnt my house down. So I just don't believe in them. So
The yeah, printers are not great. I mean, I have a printer. My wife ships stuff. Like I have a label printer sitting in front of me here, and then over
mm,
there's a regular printer. So we do print a little bit, but for the most part, I cannot stand printers either. They are evil. I would agree. They
it's terrible. Yeah. See,
all right.
everyone, they know printers suck. Anyway.
Yeah, no one wants a damn printer. Ink is still the most overpriced thing on earth. Like, what a scam is printer ink, right?
Mm,
Actually, I haven't
seriously.
bought
Oh,
ink in a while, but I'm assuming it's still a scam. I couldn't
it's
tell you.
gotta be, right?
It's
Got
gotta
to
be.
be. And then you gotta have stacks of paper around. You gotta call Dunder Mifflin. I don't have time for that, dude. And then like setting up the printer. Come on.
I was actually just going to go into this. You love Chromebooks. I know that you
Yeah,
really love Chromebooks.
yeah.
Good luck ever setting up a
A
printer
printer.
on a Chromebook. I still don't know how to do it. I have Pixelbooks, which are supposedly like the coolest Chromebook product ever that should have all the features. And I have a Samsung laser printer. I cannot get them to connect. It'll only just print error codes.
mm,
Chromebooks suck. I
mm.
didn't say that. I like Chromebooks sometimes. I've really soured on them. Remember, I used to really love Chromebooks. I was a big Chromebook guy. And then I decided I needed to hook them up to a printer or sign documents or anything. And now I absolutely hate them.
I was going to say, yeah, printing sucks so bad that Google created an entire cloud system.
I don't
So
even know
you
what
could
that
just
is.
send things through Google Cloud Print, send it to Kinko's or FedEx or whatever it was. And I used that once and I actually worked splendidly.
Oh,
But if
really?
you want to try and like hardwire into a printer, like, yeah, good luck, dude. Or those wireless ones, like, dude, nah.
See, look,
Anyway.
people in this in the chat are like, yeah, I can't get printers to work on Chromebooks. Yeah, what the hell? Like, I know that we're not supposed to print and paper and things. I get that. I don't want to print things, but every once in a while in life, you have to print something, and Chromebooks are impossible.
People are
Just
saying that
absolutely impossible.
it's your problem is apparently fixed though. Like Chromebooks and printers should be good now.
That's
And
about
yes,
that high.
RIP to Google Cloud Print because Kinko's is dead too or whatever. I don't know. Everywhere is dead. Amazon, just Amazon what you need. I'm gonna Amazon a printer. I can Amazon some prints. It's whatever.
Jackson says never had a problem. Rashad says I print wirelessly. I don't. Maybe it's just the printer I have, but
Uh,
I've never been able to get it to work. It's very frustrating. So that's why it's hooked up to this computer, the old podcast computer, because it's Windows and printers just work on. Actually, I mean, it works fine on the Mac behind me too, but
Yeah.
whatever. Chromebooks, Jesus, who
Yeah.
spends $1,000 on a Chromebook, Tim?
Yeah, I don't know. But apparently a lot of people, not just you and me, like have opinions about printers. So this is good to know. I really thought I was kind of just
Everyone
alone.
hates printers, I think.
So Kellen, just real quick context, everyone. Kellen, for the past 10 years, has told me to get a printer because sometimes I need to print something. I'm like, just because I need it like 2 times a year, like I'm not going to do that. I'm just like, I don't want to dedicate the space to a printer, man. I'd much rather have an Xbox on my desk. Thank you very much. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, my printer's under the desk, just gobbling up dust. I'm sure it's
totally.
awful, and it's totally going to catch fire soon. But
But
uh,
at least you've got a printer.
at least I've got one.
Yeah, I've got one. It's just in the garage in its box, unused, like 10 years old. So
Oh,
it's whatever.
the next DL poll, yeah, we'll ask everyone if they use printers.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch gears to OnePlus news. So there's a couple of things here. OnePlus, as we mentioned earlier, dropped the 11 beta for the 8 series. So in that, the guys at XDA dove in and found a bunch of references to possible future products. Like for one, they found a reference to 65-watt warp charging. Right now, I believe their warp charging tops at 30 watts. So there's, if we get an 8T Pro, it could have 65-watt warp charging, which is pretty insane if that actually happens. And then they also found a reference to OnePlus Pods, which are true wireless earbuds. Using the name Pods, probably not great, but
It's automatically crap, in my opinion. Like, I mean, like, come on.
Yeah, they'll probably be just like AirPods. They'll have the little dongly things to stick down. Who knows if they'll have rubber tips or not, but they'll fit in your ear and they'll be true wireless. They've had their what are they called? Buds Z, Buds. What were
Bullets?
the buds? Bullets, yes. Bullets Z and Bullets Wireless 2 or something like that. And one. Anyway, those were not true wireless. They had a wire between them. We've been wondering why they keep releasing 17 versions of those instead of true wireless ones. Well, they're apparently working on them. OnePlus Pods, and then also we'll probably get 65-watt charging. This could, well, I shouldn't say all of it, but maybe we'll get the Pods soon when they announce what we believe might be the OnePlus Z or Z if you're not in the US, the OnePlus Z. The OnePlus Z, we have leaked specs this week that suggest 6.5-inch Super AMOLED, 90 hertz refresh, Snapdragon 765, 6 gig RAM, 128 gig storage, 4,300 milliamp hour battery with 30 watt fast charging, triple rear camera, 16 megapixel front, in-display fingerprint reader, pretty good set of specs, and potentially a price in between $300 and $400.
This thing's gonna slay.
It probably is. If it comes to the US, and I don't know why it wouldn't. OnePlus has said they're interested in diving back into affordable phones, and that will mean mid-range because their flagships are not affordable any longer. In between $300 and $400, this thing matches or bests what we believe to be the Pixel 4a, which we think is going to be about $350. So if it's right around there, 90 hertz refresh rate. So Tim and I were talking earlier this week when the Android 11 beta dropped, and I pulled out the Pixel 3a, flashed it on there, was like, cool, let's maybe use this phone. And then I scrolled for 2 seconds because I'm so used to 90 hertz and 120 hertz. My eyes just could not look at the 60 hertz refresh rate. Oh, it looks so janky. And I know that's unfair because a lot of people are still using those and they have no problems. And I did for years.
Very rude. Very insensitive.
Once your eyes adjust to even 90 or 120 going backwards, it's tough. So the 4A, we don't expect the 4A to have higher than 60 hertz. So if this Z is under $400 or right around 400 with a 90 hertz, just give it to me. I'll take one of those.
Yeah, with a relatively flat looking screen, if these renders are somewhat accurate. I mean, this is going to be a hot little device. Unfortunately, the Pixel 4a Yeah, is already like such old news. I mean, we started seeing that thing like back in January or February, and they just keep
December or
pushing
something.
it and pushing it and pushing it, and it's just like, okay, whatever. Every other company's just going to release phones and totally beat you to market with these affordable mid-range and have good specs, and it's whatever. Someone in the chat, Xavier says, but the camera.
Yeah.
So I'm totally with him on that. Instead of the 3 camera system, like it seems a little unnecessary. Why not just have one really good camera? And then
Right.
obviously software plays a huge part of that. But instead of spending money on multiple sensors, just get the best sensor you can, play with the software a bit, and try and optimize it for a really good experience like we got on a Pixel device. So because if Google can make a really good camera in the Pixel 3a and the 3a XL, then that OnePlus should be capable of doing the same.
So
Uh,
before the beta dropped and you grabbed the 4XL, were you still using the regular OnePlus 8 or did you switch to
yes,
like the
yeah,
Ultra?
I'm still on the OnePlus 8.
Did you settle into the camera being mediocre or is it fine? Like, cause I mean, we live pretty boring lives right now. We don't really get out
Sure.
much, but did you just decide it was fine or because I would imagine the camera will be around that level in this
Yeah, I
new
feel like my mind and my eyes have just sort of become accustomed to the mediocreness of the OnePlus
Okay.
8's camera because I haven't
Okay.
used the Pixel 4 XL for quite some time because then before the 8, I was using something else, I think. Oh man, what else came
Probably
out?
like a bad LG phone or something.
No, there was an LG phone, but there was something else. I can't remember.
A bad TCL phone.
Oh god, I didn't use that thing. Um I forget. I forget, and it definitely wasn't. It definitely wasn't the red hydrogen. Why is this on my desk?
you,
Someone
you,
take this
I mean,
thing
you
from
were
me.
on the
Selling
Ultra
it for
for a
$20.
while. You were
Yeah.
using it for a
Oh no!
while.
Yep, it
No.
was the Ultra. So after the
Okay.
4X, I was on the Ultra for the longest time, and that has it's a decent camera for a $1,400 phone. Um, just buy a Sony 6300, and like with a really good
Seriously.
lens for that price. It's kind of
Same.
ridiculous. So, yeah, I'm just kind of used to cameras not being amazing. So I'm really kind of waiting for that Pixel 5 so I can be like, okay, like cover me in the buttery goodness of like a good camera and astrophotography and all that stuff. I'm really excited, but yeah.
Yeah, you kind of have used some subpar cameras this year, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm on the Buns camera line for sure, man. Like the OnePlus 8, it's not good. Like it's not bad, but it's nothing to write home about.
Right.
It gets the job done.
It's too bad because I would really like that phone.
Mm. Nick Fisher says space zoom though. Like, yeah, I mean that's like the worst. It was really bad. Just everything looks like a goddamn oil painting. It sucks.
The whole point of Space Zoom is just to say, look how far we can zoom. It has nothing to do with quality because we know you can't zoom in at 100 times on a phone and take a decent picture.
Mm.
It's only about, look, we could do this on a phone. Like that's the only reason. And I get you could zoom in, like 10 times. You get a little bit out there and take an okay picture. It's still a phone sensor. It's just not going to take great photos at any sort of zoom.
How much is a Sony 6300? Let's find out. Just out of
There's what
curiosity.
6600s out now. No, they released like a weird 6200 in there.
Okay.
6500.
Well, even like with a little stock little lens, you're looking at $1,000.
There you go.
I was just thinking about, how you could sort of like opt or,
Well, you could
kind
just
of
buy an
change things
RX
up.
100. Yeah, just buy the RX
Sure.
100, a little point and shoot. That'll cost you 1,000, and it'll be the
And those are
greatest point and shoot
solid.
you'll ever own. Yeah,
Exactly. And then
and
you
it
tile,
zooms a little bit.
yeah, you combine that with the Pixel 4a or Pixel 3a XL or whatever mid-range phone you want to get. And then you don't have to worry about how crappy the cameras are. You just carry your little pocket cam Sony with you because those things are dope. We take those to
You carry your
CES and they're
little chest
amazing.
bag. Put it in your
Oh,
little
don't forget
man
your little,
chest bag.
yeah, make sure it's a Supreme because if it's not a Supreme,
Yeah.
I ain't talking, or at least a Louis, at least. If that thing didn't cost at least 1K, I ain't talking to you. So, yeah, just make sure it looks dope. Make sure everything's on fleek and you're good.
Love the chest bag trend. Love it.
Yeah. Love it.
All right. All right. So final topic, and then we'll dive into trivia. Google Play
Mm.
Music, the rollout has started for more people. Again, Google with a rollout of transferring your library over to YouTube Music. Tim and I both got it. Was that Monday or was it last Friday? I can't really remember which day anymore. It was,
God, I don't remember.
Yeah. Anyway, we got it, did the transfer. All of my stuff, I think, is on YouTube Music now. It's kind of weird because it's been separated. Like I have, if you go into where your library is, I now have a pull down menu. Like one says YouTube Music, and you flip to that, and the other one says like uploaded or something. So it treated a lot of my catalog as if I had uploaded it,
Mm.
which I don't think that really matters, but still kind of weird. Anyway, so I made that transfer, played with YouTube Music for a little bit. I've tried to use it here and there, even though I'm a Spotify user. I'm just sticking with Spotify. Have you used you made the transfer? Well, mine only took like 15 minutes. Yours took what seemed like a really long time. Have you used it at all since you made the move?
I tried. So I have a weird thing, like, and this is my problem. So for the past 10 years, I've used my Droid Life G Suite email account for basic, because it's Google. And so what ended up happening is when I transferred, so my old Google Play Music account is attached to my Droid Life email. And so when I did this transfer, it transferred everything to like a separate Tim Robel Google account. And so now when I
So
go, so now my YouTube Premium is attached like to all my subscriptions and all that on YouTube. I don't want to have to redo all that. It's attached to a different account. So when I transfer from service to service, I have to switch the actual Google account it's
right.
using. So like, I'm over it. I'm just not going to do it. I don't care. Like, whatever. All that music I uploaded, I really don't care. So I'm on Spotify now.
Honestly.
I'm over it. I've let go. Anything that was really important on there, like I still have it. So if I need to go find a track or my old
Yeah.
band's music that I have in the cloud, like that's fine. I'll get it. But I'm just gonna use Spotify, even though I hate Spotify and their queue system, and I think Spotify is crap. But I'm gonna use it because it's better than YouTube Music, which I think is even worse. So, eh, I just life sucks.
I mean, I definitely have my issues with both.
Oh
Spotify, I'm just
man,
so settled into it.
yeah.
What's funny is whenever I look, when you're casting something on your home network, you get the little pop up in your phone that says like Spotify is casting to this speaker or whatever. I look and my wife is still using Google Play Music because that's just what
Mm,
she's familiar with. And that's just what it works. And I've given her access to Spotify and she can't stand Spotify. So she just keeps going back to Google Play Music. And I don't really want to tell her that she needs to like think about switching to YouTube Music. I'm imagining that won't go that well.
yeah.
Like YouTube Music has some cool things. I think I talked about a couple shows ago where, like if you're bored, like listening to music and flipping between the videos and not, if you haven't watched a music video in a while, is kind of fun. They put lyrics right there. They're very easy to get to. The casting system is pretty easy. Like the UI is not terrible once you kind of figure it out. But like Spotify, yeah, like their queuing system sucks. Um, their connecting button to connect to other speakers, it's not exactly cast. It like doubles as like a Sonos slash cast slash. It's very weird. I don't know. Like I don't love any of the music services. You know what I did love though? Google Play Music. I really
Yep.
liked
It
Google Play
worked.
Music.
It totally
It
worked.
is.
My main gripe, Cover, our buddy Dave was asking, is the queue system your only gripe with Spotify? Kind of, except it's like multi-layered. It's like an onion, dude. Um, so with the queue system, say I have a queue going, I add a song to my queue, and then you cast that queue. Any changes that I feel like I make to that queue after it's been casted don't reflect what actually gets played. It plays whatever queue was existing before I started casting. It's like really weird, and it only happens when I'm in the shower, of course, casting to my Google Home, and then I say, "Okay, Google, play this," and then I lose everything. So there's like little queue things. When you go past a certain point in a queue physically on the phone, you can't scroll back. You have to like literally go back, like in the actual track, the previous track, to like get into that part of the queue. Like you can't just scroll back and to like see what just played.
No, you
That
can't.
pisses me off.
Yeah, you
Um,
can't do that.
and then also my last thing that I hate about it, that I just don't care for, is really, yeah, it was the casting. Oh man. Okay, so maybe it's just me, but when I'm casting something, it'll just stop, and then it will give me the loudest thing, like loud, because I have the music turned up, and then Google Assistant will start screaming like, "We can no longer stream because it's being used somewhere
Yes.
else." And I'm
Does
like,
that a
"What?
lot.
No, it's not. I'm using it right here. Like I'm here. I'm physically listening." So there's like little things that bug me
Yeah.
and irritate me clearly. But it's better, I think, than at least what I've seen from music or YouTube music. So, yeah.
Somebody mentioned that Charles said Google Play Music works best with Google Assistant. That's one of those things too, is because Google Play Music was one of the first to work with Assistant. It's been rock solid. If you have that as your default or whatever, it's just always worked very well. Whereas a lot of these other services, I don't know that I get that same feeling. Like I'd ask Google sometimes to play playlists from Spotify. It works sometimes, but like YouTube Music, for example, Google doesn't really add like features that we think we need. Like it took
Mm.
for a while, I think, before you could choose it as your default on Assistant. And this was like after, I believe, they started pushing it as like, well, this is our music service. It just got added, I think, this week to Google Maps as an option to have music controls. Like Spotify had that the first. I don't know if they ever added for Google Play Music, but YouTube Music apparently just got that this week. I was complaining on Twitter the other day that YouTube Music won't let me cast to Sonos speakers, but Google Play Music has casted to Sonos speakers forever.
Mm.
So that's like a decision Google has obviously made. Like we don't, and I know they're in having fun lawsuits with Sonos, but it's still in. Like I pulled up Google Play Music this week and looked at my cast list, and sure enough, there was like Sonos. I opened YouTube Music, not there. So there's just Google Play Music was fine. They just needed to update the UI. Even if they just wanted to change the damn branding, I don't really care. But that service was fine. I don't know why they had to create an entirely. It's very weird.
Yeah, I just, I feel bad. I'll give maybe starting next week, I'll give YouTube Music, a better shot. It's not going to kill me to do that. I mean, it's not like I'm ever going to get rid of it, right? Because for $7.99, I got that OG
Right.
pricing. I've got YouTube Premium and all that. So, like, I'm not going to get rid of it.
Yeah. It's
So,
worth it just to not have to watch ads on YouTube. Yes.
oh, absolutely. Although I can just use a simple trick by adding a period into something.
Put a period in there, Tim.
Dude, the internet, man. What a trip.
What a funny place sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I got. Should we do some trivia?
Yeah, man, let's do some trivia real quick. Well, Dave says, do you think Play Movies will also switch to YouTube Movies? You can already access films via YouTube interface. Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, I don't know.
I'm surprised they haven't done that, actually.
Yeah. Sean Tillman with a $10 donation says, sup, guys? Happy Friday. Y'all staying safe in Portland? I'm a little south of Seattle and thankfully away from that idiotic craziness going on now. Anyway, picked up my first Pixel, a 3A XL. It's not bad. Nice. Yeah,
Sean, enjoy that 3AXL.
Absolutely. We are attempting to stay safe. Our governor is not allowing us to open up our county, Multnomah County. So we're just kind of hanging out. We're the most populated county, of Oregon. So of course, things are going a little slower here, but that's okay. I didn't really have any plans.
The county opening thing is interesting just because if I go like just down the street from my house, I can be in a different county and there's like a bar open and I could go have a drink. It's very weird. But the county that Tim and I live in, not open. So we're trying to stay safe.
Yeah, we're trying. We're just hanging out.
We're trying.
And hopefully, yes, you are staying safe as well and away from that idiotic craziness going on. Man, yeah, some of the videos I've seen out of Seattle, some of the videos, we do not need to dive into this whatsoever, but some of the videos I have seen of what's taking place across this great nation. Oh, stay safe out there, everyone. That's all I can say. Stay safe. And wear a face mask. If you're going to go out and protest, by all means, but please wear a face mask.
Please wear a damn face mask. It's the tiniest thing you can do.
It's a small gesture.
Preachy. No, not trying to get preachy at all. Please wear a face mask. It's the smallest thing you can do to help. Coronavirus is spiking everywhere again because we're all getting too lax. Please just wear a mask. It's not a big deal. It's not political. It's not an unmanly thing. You're going to be able to breathe just fine. You're not going to get carbon monoxide, dioxide, whatever poisoning or whatever conspiracy theory Karens across this country are throwing out there. It's fine. Just wear a mask. I'm not trying to rant right now. Just
We
put a
just care
damn
about
mask
you.
on.
We care about
It
you and
will
your grandma.
it will help all of us avoid getting coronavirus. Anyway.
Coronavirus. Shout out to oh god, who did that? Cardi B, my girl. I love her so much. If you hear this, Cardi, hi. All right, it's time.
Yes, Nick. People actually think they're breathing in their own CO2. It's absolutely ridiculous. Science matters. Just wear a mask.
So yeah, I need to Google. Whenever I put my mask on, I get really yawny. Like I always want to yawn, and I'm just curious, like, why is that? Is that because like I'm
It's just in
breathing
your
in
head.
more? Nah,
It's in
man,
your
I get
head.
sleepy. Something's going on there. Something's happening. We need to shut it down until we figure it out. All right. Yeah, the Droid Life podcast, the only place you can hear more about hating printers than you can the Android 11 beta. Uh,
Seriously. Sean just dropped another $5. Also, long to fan. Y'all the OGs in the Android game. Pretty much the only ones I listen to. Thanks, Sean. We have been around for over 10 years now. So
Thank you,
kind of
Sean.
our OGs.
He's
Appreciate that.
dominating
Appreciate all the donos.
Yeah, Droid Laugh masks. It's a fantastic idea. We'd have to obviously partner with some company that makes the masks. Then what I also hate about the masks is that everyone that I've ordered, it's always like a pre-order and they don't come for like 2 months. And I would hate to
Yeah.
do that to people. Like,
Yeah.
sure, it's a DL mask, but you might have to wait till August to get in. Like, by then we're all dead. So
Yeah. It's a decent idea. And if we
it's a great
were,
idea.
if we were smart enough, we would have done that a long time ago.
A long time ago.
We,
Yeah. Huge donation from our good friend Dave Cover. Is this where I put the message? Yes, this is technically where you would put the message, Dave.
Yes,
Ha
Dave.
ha. Smart guy over here. Dave Cover. Dave Cover, everyone. He's a fantastic icon creator. If we could get a little trending going, hashtag bring CoveDev back or something. This is the gentleman,
CoveDev
of course,
back.
who made fantastic icon packs. I was going to name out a few earlier because, the creator behind such great icon packs such as Domo, Audax, Lustra, or Luster, Omni,
Luster.
Illis, Versacolor, which was one of my favorites. I mean, this guy is behind all of your favorite icon packs. So come on, Dave, stop being a bum. Start making some icon packs again. Thank you.
All right, should we do trivia?
Yeah, man, let's do it. Lustra.
All right, welcome to the trivia portion. If you are new around here, this is how trivia works. We will put a question up on the screen. Tim will read it. You can read it yourself if you want. You then answer live in the YouTube chat. Type in the correct answer. If you are first to answer correctly, we will shout out your name, and then you win. Your screen sometimes might look like you're ahead or down below, or just listen to us. We have the feed. Whoever is lined up on ours, because we are the host feed, we'll tell you who's first. And you just have to trust us. It's a trusting thing. We're trustworthy. Just trust us to call out the correct name. So that's pretty much it. We'll put it up, read it aloud, you answer. Very easy stuff. And again, we're doing a bunch of Motorola chargers. I'll hold each one up as we do it, and then the last person, question 5, we'll do $10 in Google Play credit.
Nice. Julian says, I always get nervous. Don't be nervous, man.
Don't get nervous. Wipe those hands off. Gotta type fast.
No reason to be nervous. And usually I'll let you know if spelling is important, but for the most part, typically not all that important. So I'll let you know. Anyway, let's go. Yeah. Question number 1, please.
Question number 1 is up.
Android 5. What?
Pause.
Pausing.
Oh,
What'd you do?
No. When we had the issue, it wiped out my damn questions.
Hey, that's okay. Well, how about I'll just read them out, and
I'm gonna fix it while you just keep talking to people.
Oh, okay, awesome. Well, I can.
That was just a test, folks.
Yeah, I can just give you a couple of hints maybe for what you guys can expect. You know, you're gonna have to reach into your Android memory banks, and hopefully you have a lot of RAM in order to do that quickly. And we'll be diving back a bit, maybe even like to before Android was started, to give you an idea of what to maybe start thinking about. Yeah, no worries. It happens.
Well, it's so funny because the software that we use, it caches like some old files we use and things like that, but it doesn't always cache everything properly. Like the date I change every week, it showed back up when I rebooted the software. Not the
Hmm.
trivia questions though, Tim. We're ready now though.
Hey, all right, we're ready. Excellent. All right, well, please. Hope everyone else is ready. Let's go with question number 1.
Question number 1 is up now.
Android 5.0 has what dessert name associated with it? Again, Android 5.0 has what dessert name associated with it? Hey, Seth Merritt with the correct answer of lollipop. And just like I said, spelling not important. He missed an L, but that's okay. Seth Merritt, congratulations. You have a Motorola charger coming your way.
Oh yeah, I didn't say which one.
That's okay. You were busy.
I was busy trying to fix stuff. Seth, you get the car charger.
Nice. Hope you have a car, Seth.
Super fast car charger that also has USB-C port on the back. Super fast car charger. You get that.
Oh, excellent. Oh no. Poor Julian said, I saw all the responses before I saw the question. Sorry, man. That's just, some people have fantastic connection or, what's the latency? I don't know. I'm not an IT professional.
This one will be the Turbo Power 45 watt, super duper crazy, ridiculously fast wall charger.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. And again, Seth, hopefully you have a nice car, dude. All right. Question number 2, please.
Question number 2, hopefully it works, is up now.
What is the internal code name associated with the original Galaxy Fold from Samsung? Again, what is the internal code name associated with the original Galaxy Fold from Samsung? Seth says, no car. Well, hey. Chris Williams with the correct answer of winner, making Chris Williams a winner chicken dinner. Congratulations, Chris Williams. Chris is a winner, man. He's won before. This guy knows his stuff.
This is your 45 watt turbo power charger, Chris.
45 watt. Holy moly.
This one, this is the Turbo Power 15 watt wireless charging pad. Heavy.
Nice.
Heavy.
Oh.
Thing. Just quality here. Big old guy. I think this is like a $60 charger, which is just absurd.
Yeah, Brandon Fisher.
Because it comes with the pad, a 6-foot USB-C cable, and a 27 watt charging adapter. So it's not just a charging pad, it has like all the stuff.
Yeah. It's got everything you need.
It does.
Excellent. And then shout out to Brandon Fisher in the chat for saying the code name for the original Galaxy Fold was Peely Screen. That's pretty good. I like that. I like Peely Screen. Okay. Question number 3, please.
Question number 3 is up now.
2 weeks before being acquired by Google, Andy Rubin attempted to sell Android to what major OEM? Again, 2 weeks before being acquired by Google, Andy Rubin attempted to sell Android to what major company? This story comes straight from Andy Rubin. He tells this all the time. He won't shut up about it. He's like, oh, man. Oh, yeah. It's straight from the horse's mouth. He was in a huge meeting. He flew out to meet with this company, and they said, no, like, you can't pull this off. And then 2 weeks later, he sold to Google for, what, $50 million?
Because I don't actually know this, but
I do. It's a fantastic story told by a not so fantastic person. And the correct answer is Samsung. Rashad Gaddis was the first person with Samsung. Could you imagine if Samsung owned? Oh, my Lord. Obviously, we wouldn't be here right now. Things probably would have happened much differently. But Rashad Gaddis with Samsung, congratulations. They messed up, huh? They got ties.
You get this big boy right here. Charger, and cable.
Crazy. It would have been a dark timeline had Samsung bought Segas. Oh, man.
Segas.
R.I.P. Sega. Shout out to all of our Utah people who drive by the Segas HQ.
Yeah, one of my favorite things is people driving by Sega's HQ and knocking on the door just to tell us what happens.
Yeah.
That was a good time, actually. Has anyone driven by? Is the sign still there? Because we know like their offices are empty, but is the sign still there? I can't remember who it is that drives by there.
I think it's Ben. Is it not Ben
It,
Jacobs? I
I
feel
kind of
like it's
thought so
Ben.
too.
Yeah. Either way, Segas RIP. All right, I'm
All right.
ready.
Fourth question is this little dude, little 5,000 milliamp hour fast charging brick, 18 watts. So super fast, has USB-C and A. I know 5,000 is not a massive thing, but it's a tiny little dude. You can tuck this thing anywhere. It has Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0, USB PD. It's a dope little guy. But that is the next prize.
Excellent. Real quickly, it was like South Jordan or something. This is for Ben. He's in
Oh,
Utah. But yeah, it's right around Salt Lake City.
yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway.
All right, question
Okay.
number 4. I'm ready.
Question 4 is up now.
What version of Android was the first to support on-screen keyboards? So before this, it was physical. Again, what version of Android was the first to support on-screen keyboards? Looking for the dessert name or the numerical, whatever you want to do. Okay, now just give me 20 minutes to scroll through each and every single answer. And
Mine's
I'm
going
seeing,
slow, so
I'm seeing very cool Alan. Oh, wait, nope. I take this back. It can't be. Wait, he said, oh, wow. Okay,
he's
very
got
cool Alan.
both. He did it
Yeah,
twice. Yeah,
he did Cupcake and 1.5. All right, congratulations. Very cool, Alan. You got the
very cool, Alan.
double answer. Very cool. Very cool, Alan.
Cupcake 1.5.
Very nice. Man,
That was long before our time.
these guys are good. Y'all are smart. All right. And sadly, we have reached the conclusion with question number 5. What do they win?
Yeah, this winner,
today, Johnny?
$10 in Google Play credit. This is a
All
Google Play
right.
credit because we only had 4 Moto chargers. So if you wanted one of those, apologies, you still get $10.
Nice. All right. All right. Well, I'm ready when you are. Question number 5, please.
Question number 5 is up now.
What city is home to the OnePlus HQ? I'll give you a hint. It's in China, and it's a really big one. What city is home to the OnePlus HQ? It is not Toronto. Very cool. Alan can't win again, but someone could steal his answer. So, Travis,
Are you looking at Travis?
Yeah,
I think I get what he's trying to do there.
But well, is that phonetic? Does he know the answer and he's trying to spell it and it's just
That's
way
what I'm
off?
thinking.
I mean, that's a toughie. I mean, Jackson's got it.
Yeah.
It's a little misspelled, but that's okay. But Jackson's got it, followed by Jimmy. Gosh, Travis, what do you think, man?
Travis, are you trying to say?
You trying to
I
say?
didn't know the spelling. I think he's saying the right. I think we give it to him.
I like it. I like it. I like the spelling. It's phonetic.
All right, Travis, we'll give it to you.
Shenzhen, China. Congratulations.
We'll give it to you. You get
Travis
$10
Chaffin. Chaffin?
Something like that.
Yeah, congratulations, man. You get $10 of Google Play credit. And yes, and of course, thank you to everyone who spelled it properly as well. But it's a lot funner when we get to decipher what people are trying to say.
Sometimes we're lax on the spelling. This is just one of those days where we are.
Jimmy, you were close, man. Jimmy, you were right behind Jackson, who is also extremely fast. He's got a good connection to us too. So
all winners. Yeah. That was Seth, Chris, Rashad, very cool, Alan, and Travis. Email me. I just dropped the email in there. Email me, and we will get your prizes all worked out. I think I have most of you guys' info, but just send me that email again. Drop the address, everything. Just make it real easy.
Yep.
And I'll get them shipped out.
Yep. He will wear a mask and head out to USPS after printing on his labels on his printer. And yeah. Congrats to everyone again. Seth, Merrick, Chris Williams, Rashad Gaddis, very cool, Alan, and Travis Chaffin.
That's right.
Yes.
Congrats, everyone. Yeah.
So Brandon asks, we doing a charity soon? Yeah, you know what? I think we could do that starting in July. In July, do we want to just do charity for 3 months or something? I mean, I sort of feel like
Possibly.
there's only like one real, like, I feel like it's got to go to some type of like a BLM charity or something, right? I mean, it's top.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or bail funds for all these protesters that are getting arrested. I don't know. Something. We'll figure
Yeah.
something out. If you
We'll think
have
of something.
if you have some recommendations for a good charity that we could do, go ahead and email it to us, tim@droid-life.com, or Kellen, and we will go over those. We will choose a worthy charity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will almost undoubtedly be yes, related to Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
Yes, it will be. Um
We can confirm
I
that.
don't
So if you have one that is related to that you know of, please let us know.
yeah. I know there's several. So please feel free to you can get my emails in there. You can send them on to me and we will take a look. But yeah, we're due for one.
We are.
We were kind of holding off just because look, we're in a pandemic. People
Sure.
are struggling as it is, but there's a movement right now that
There is a movement.
personally I feel like everyone should support. So it will
Totally.
probably be related to that. And yes, we will let you know. We'll try to mark July 1st for that. If you don't want to participate, that's totally fine.
Totally
I'm
fine.
not going to force that, but that is probably the direction we will go.
I like it. Sean Tillman with the $2 donation says, Tim, when do you think, or what do you think about the PS5 reveal? Yeah, I mean, I'm more of an Xbox guy. Like, I play on Xbox, and I only had the PlayStation just to play on my big TV. I played some Fallout and stuff. Um, it looks okay. Like, it looks cool. I guess the games, of course, will be fun. But I guess I just wasn't really blown away. I'm not really blown away by any of these next gen consoles. Like, because I bought the Xbox One X and I thought that was supposed to be like amazing, and I hate that thing. So I don't know. Like, I haven't been blown away by consoles in quite some time.
Both of those consoles are going to be just stupid expensive too, right? Like, shouldn't you just
Sure.
almost think about buying a gaming PC?
Yeah, at those prices, sure, why not? But then I gotta worry about like, I'm not
Have to
like,
deal with drivers and
I'm not hip
it
with that
lasting
stuff.
long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Because
Although
consoles
then,
last for years and years.
yeah, at least then I could plug in like an actual like Elgato card. I've tried stream from the Xbox to the Elgato, and it's like such a nightmare dealing with all those interfaces. And if it was just on my computer, that might make life a lot easier. But then I got to worry about having a really good desktop. So I don't know, man. Whatever. I'll probably just get both, and whatever.
Probably just Xbox for me. I've
Yeah.
never owned a PlayStation. I don't
That
think.
thing looks stupid too, though. It's a little tower thing.
They're both.
It looks like
they're
a
both basically towers. They want you to stand them up and
dehumidifier.
show them off. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so used to having a console that you just tuck away somewhere, whereas like the new ones are like, no, show them off.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess it really just depends on what type of games you play. I just play Call of Duty and like FPS, so Xbox is fine because I like hearing noobs rage in game
Well,
chat.
and it's all crossplay now. If you want to do
Exactly.
that,
So it really doesn't even
doesn't really matter.
matter.
It's
Yeah.
actually pretty great that they finally did that with Call of Duty.
Yeah. Totally. Nick says, hey, at least a PS5 has some character to the design. Yeah, totally. It's not like just a black rectangle box cube
It
thing.
reminds me of what's that electric BMW, the i8?
i8.
Kind of has that design. I know everyone's already been clowning on the thing and what it looks like, but like the color scheme or something, the like white and black and blue.
It looks like a tower from Lord of the Rings. I photoshopped a little eye of freaking Mordor or whatever on top. That's the first thing I thought of. And then I saw that everyone else thought the same thing, and I was like, I'm not original whatsoever. Like, I'm just
The eye of Sauron or whatever,
yeah. Yeah.
They'll both be great, I'm sure.
Yeah. Cover is talking about my Call of Duty skills. Yes, I am really good at Call of Duty. Thank you. I hit some crazy shots last night in Warzone. I know you haven't played Warzone in a couple months. That you basically retired, but I'm still going strong and just absolutely dominating. You played it last night? Where was I?
I don't know. I just play solos.
That's cancer. That's terrible. I don't like those solos, man. Way too slow, way too campy.
They are slow and campy.
Yeah. That's how you like to play, though.
That's how I played Blackout solo, because no one wanted to play with me on that either.
Well, that game sucked. I would have played it, but it was terrible. The armor system was just so bad. So bad. Yeah, Spider-Man looks awesome. Sean and everyone else who mentioned the Spider-Man. That looks good. There's a lot of good looking games, so I'm excited about it. I want a new Grand Theft Auto. That's really what I was hoping for. I
Did
know
they
we have
announce
to
something
wait.
related to that, or are they just re-releasing an old one?
It's like a redo for the PS5 or whatever.
Okay.
Which I'll probably just get because I absolutely love the PS5. But
It's
yeah.
going to be exclusive to PS5. Is that what you said?
Well, like the redo version, I think is going to be. I don't know, but I'm waiting for Grand Theft Auto 6, the next one.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
anyway, oh, cheat.
All right, cool.
OnePlus 8 broken. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing great. Hope everyone stays safe. Of course, I'm trying to turn these lights off. I'm about to have a seizure.
Yes, have a safe weekend, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate all the donos. We'll get prizes shipped. If you haven't emailed me, I'm sure you guys already did because you're pretty good about that. I'll get those shipped out right away. Yeah. We're doing kind of an every other week thing right now. We'll see.
Yay.
If there's some big news next week, we will possibly do another show. But we've kind of been doing every other week just because things are kind of like news wise, things are just kind of slow at the moment. We'll see. We'll let you know, but more than likely 2 weeks. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Be safe.
Peace.